Good evening, every pony, and welcome to tonight's stream for Drada. This is Drada Arcana at Drada Arcana Gaming. I probably will never get used to the new name, but yeah, we'll work with it. Yeah. So, anyways, news. Not much since the previous stream. I've gotten some notice from some people about having trouble finding the Twitch channel, apparently. The Twitch channel actually isn't all that hard to locate. It's linked to each of my posts. If you click on that link whenever I make a post, you will find the Twitch channel. Anyways, so convention time is coming up, every pony. At convention time, we got TrotCon next weekend. Then after that weekend, we have BronyCon. After BronyCon is Gen Con. Woo! I have a lot going on in the next couple months. Okay, so TrotCon, I should be getting to the convention probably around 10. Hopefully earlier. We will see. But when I get there, we have to go to registration, get everyone registered, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's going to be a hassle, but bear with me. TrotCon has officially released that the core format CCG tournament for the convention is hosted by... Well, I'm technically not hosting it. I am assisting with the getting it up and running, while my partner in crime, Zen Lavender, will be the one who will actually be running that tournament. In other news, BronyCon, there was a slight change to my schedule. You're not going to see me only Saturday. You're going to see me most likely Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. Well, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will be arriving sometime around Friday. I don't know the exact time that we'll be arriving, but anyway, so we'll be arriving then. I'm hopefully going to try to do some video work for my vlogs. Okay, so remember, I am not streaming for the next 3 weeks. In placement of streams is going to be my video logs. With all that out of the way, and my alicorn looking like he always does. Remember, no but Dradas. But Drada, I don't want to hear it. Alright, let's get into the actual reason for this stream. I decided to go with a simple stream. And my Twilight Sparkle agrees with me. You can't see it, but I'm always petting my Twilight Sparkle. I love this Twilight. If you go to the conventions, you will see her there. You will get to meet the Twilight Sparkle that I have that's always on my lap during these streams. I wish I could put like the Luna, like one of my Lunas on my lap, but they're too big. So... yeah, no, that's not happening. But you will see me there at TrotCon with my current signature Twilight Sparkle. If you didn't gather, I like Twilight Sparkle and Princess Luna. I will be trading at the conventions. I will have my cards there for people to trade and stuff. Getting off topic a little bit. So tonight we're just going to be doing some live deck building. We'll see how many decks we actually go through, but it'll be up to you guys to decide past the first main what we do. So someone had told me to use Apple Bloom Cutie Mark Crusader as a main for my actual first deck. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump into it and see what we can accomplish here. So bear with me one moment as I get things changed over. Alright, so here we are. Good old pony head. Alright, so I'm only building with core decks for tonight. So please don't suggest a Harmony main if you want to build. If you want me to build with a specific main, go ahead and put it in the chat. Once again, these decks will be posted. As always, I will post them both in the chat. I will post them, the links into the actual YouTube description. So if you need to, if you want to build these decks, you can. Once again, disclaimer, I am not an expert at this game. I do a lot of research when I build decks, so building decks on the fly tend to be very much exactly what they are, on the fly. So please bear with me. I don't claim to be an expert, but once again, I have years of TCG and CCG experience, having played competitively in both Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, and now Ponies. But I am not the top tier player. So anyways, with disclaimers out of the way, let's jump right into it. So the main we're going to be using is Apple Bloom, Cutie Mark Crusader. A Confront the Flip main. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Well, let's take a look at what she actually does. Sorry if I'm changing screens here a lot. So let's go ahead and look here. We'll try to find Apple Bloom. There she is. Okay, so Apple Bloom has the ability on her boosted side. When you confront this card's problem, you may exhaust an opposing character at each problem. That ability is really good. Now, here's an interesting tidbit about this. So what it does is that it basically ensures that your main will always win the face-off. For one. Two, it's not the best orange main in the world because it's still stuck at 3 power and it doesn't like double exhaust. So that's kind of a problem. Because it doesn't double exhaust, where it's like bailout where you exhaust it and it doesn't ready during that turn. We like to call that double exhaustion or whatever, usually. So how would I build this? Well, I think that using Apple Bloom, I think the best route is going to be a blue-orange aggro deck. You're probably saying, but Drada... And Drada's going to say, well, yes, I would run it as an aggro deck. You can think that it might be a control main. You can think that it might be something for farming. You can think that. But I don't think Apple Bloom is going to fare all that well in a control deck or a farming deck. Instead, it works well in an aggro deck. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we start with blue. Yes, blue. It's going to be a blue-orange deck. So standard procedure for me is always to find the blue cards that are like essential to any deck. And this is one right here. Loyal Pony. So Loyal Pony, when this card enters play, if you have another blue character, you move one of your characters. Sign me up. It's also entry, so that makes it even better. So with Loyal Pony out of the way, here's what I'm thinking. I think that though this card is a little hard to get, I would say Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate. And some of you are like, but Drada, what about Rutherford? Quick to Judge. And I'm going to be like, okay, so Quick to Judge is a friend, a blue friend, that is your alternative to, if I can find it, hold on. Okay, here it is. Quick to Judge. It has Hasty, which means it can be played as an immediate action, and when this card enters play, frighten a friend. That's great. That's a really good ability. It has a 4-color rack, which I'm not too excited about, and it costs 2 to play for 2 power. That's not bad, and it frightens a friend at immediate speed, allowing you to stop your opponent from confronting. But Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate is so much better, in my opinion. My opinion, mind you. It also depends on the deck you're running, but Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate, when you move this card, you may frighten a friend. that means you can swing this thing around the board with things like pirate ship, movement, or whatever, and you're just going to be frightening everything. And it's so easy to move this card in core that you might as well just run it. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on Pony Pirate. I prefer Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate over Quick to Judge, but Quick to Judge is another good option at immediate speed. The only difference is that Pony Pirate is going to be easier to play because it has a 2-color rack versus Quick to Judge's 4-color rack. And they have the same power and same AT. And Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate is repetitive Frighten versus Quick to Judge's solo target Frighten. So that's my 2 cents there. Okay, to avoid playing cards in this deck that some people might not have, I would throw in Night Glider overpowering, but I'm not going to put it into this deck because this card is really hard to get your hands on. So we're actually going to replace Night Glider with something different, something easier to get your hands on. So I'm actually going to run in Night Glider's place this card, Night Glider Swooper Duper. It's a 2-cost, 2-blue rack, 2-power with competitive 2. Not as good as Night Glider overpowering, but this is to help make sure that it's keeping the cost of the deck low. So I'm going to go ahead and throw 3 of those in. I'm also going to run Snow Dash. And you're probably saying, but Drada, you already have entry. No, run Snow Dash. Snow Dash is another key card to blue. While you have 3 or fewer cards in your hand, this card has +2 power. Meaning for 1, he can become 3 power. So I would definitely run that. I would run that at 3 because it also allows you to help flip your main as well. Now, to avoid complications elsewhere, we're going to go ahead and stop with the blue there. I think that this lineup, Swooper Duper, Snow Dash, Loyal Pony, Pony Pirate, is a pretty good blue lineup. So let's go ahead and look at multicolor. Now, you're probably wondering, but Drada, what about your orange? And I'm going to be like, slow your horses, I will get to it. Heh heh heh. No pun intended. Twilight sure like that. Slow your horses, slow your hooves. We're getting there. We will get to the orange. There's just a very specific card I really want to put in here. And it's from the newest set, Sequestria and Beyond. And it is this card. First Mate Mullet. Are you ready? This is an immediate speed pirate ship. Really easy to play. And what's great about it is it also has Stubborn. And it moves at immediate speed. So let's go ahead and put 3 of those in because that's just way too good not to pass up. The other card I'm going to put in here is Applejack Pony Pirate. And you're probably like, but Drada, why would you play that? And I'm going to be like, well, this is your troublemaker fighter. It's able to enter play. You can challenge a troublemaker using it. And also, this card flips an additional card involving face-offs with this card. Now, mind you, neither of these abilities require you to have Applejack actually at the problem with that troublemaker. Because it specifically says you may challenge an opposing troublemaker with it. So, yes, sign me up. 3 for 4 power? That is already way too good. And it's color rec, as you might remember from my stream about primary color selection. Look at this. Or about splashing section, which kind of applies to this, is it has 3 blue, 3 orange, which means that we only need to color fix with 1 card to play this one. So we only need to color fix with a motivational speech or a singing barrel, and we can immediately play this. All right, with that out of the way, there's a couple other things we could throw in here. We could put in Rainbow Dash and Applejack. Too cool. Diligent 2, Swift. At the start of a problem face-off involving this card, you may draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. 4 for 4 power, 2 blue, 2 orange color rack. That's pretty good. Plus it has Diligent 2. And it already has Swift. I guess we could run that at 2. And I think that that'll be fine. Another card that we would run, but I'm not going to, is this one. Bulk Biceps get Swole, I believe. And it starts with Diligent 1. When it has 1 power counter, it has Swift. When it's got 2 power counters, it's got Stubborn. And with 3 power counters, it's got Competitive 2. Really good, but I'm actually not going to run it in this deck. I know, it's kind of weird that I wouldn't run that. Otherwise, that's going to be our multicolor friends. Now I'm going to jump over to orange. So you're probably wondering, what are you going to play in orange? Well, that's an excellent question. Let's think here. So one of the things that I was thinking about doing is, first off, we're running Rescue Party at 3. Rescue Party is just way too good not to run it. So that's fine. That's good. Rescue Party is very good. And the reason, this card can't be frightened and you flip an additional card during face-offs. I mean, who doesn't want that? Next, I'm going to look through here about color rec. Let's see. I'm actually going to throw in 3 Applejack growing ups to allow me to cutie mark her to give her Diligent, and she'll start with 3 power once I cutie mark her. Otherwise, orange-wise, I really can't see myself running too much more. Maybe we can come back to orange, because this is actually a pretty good setup for an aggro deck already. So let's go ahead and think about events for a little bit here. I'm going to run triple Bailout, because Bailout is ridiculously good. It provides double exhaustion, but you have to discard a card to use it. But that's fine. And then I'm just going to go ahead and throw in 2 Dream Seized. And I'm going to play 3 Barrel Throughs. Typically in orange you do want to do that. I'm going to throw in 2 Desert Roads. I'm a little hesitant on that one. But okay, after that, that's it for pretty much events and resources for orange. Let's go back to blue real quick. So what I might do is run, let's see, I'm going to put in a Changeling Can Change. I really like a Changeling Can Change. It provides an alternative to fighting troublemakers. It also can drop the cost of something that's 3 down to 2. And you can move up to 2 of your characters. So basically you give 2 non-Swift characters Swift for the turn. So, but it at 2 is fine. I'm going to run 2 T-Rex, and that kind of only gives us 5 slots left. So you're probably wondering, but Drata, where's the resource removal? And I'm going to be like, yep, I totally forgot that. So let's go ahead and drop. Okay, so see, now we're running into a problem, and I just realized what I just did. I'm going to go ahead and not run T-Rex is going to be necessary. I think Barrel Through is a little excessive. So let's go ahead and drop Barrel Through. And you're probably wondering, but Drata, why'd you remove Barrel Through? And I'm like, well, there's another card I want to run. There's another series of things that we need to run in a deck like this. And if I can find them, that would be nice. Let's go back to multicolor real quick. Maybe it's under there. Oh, right. Okay, so I remember what I was looking for now. But first, let's go ahead and get 3 We'll Make Our Marks, which is a really good card for blue-orange. And then we'll go back to orange, and we'll go ahead and get our resource removal. And that's 3 Big Macs. So that gives us essentially 2 more slots to put together a deck. So what do we fill those 2 slots with? Well, I could just throw in Trixie Rock Farmer because I really like her. But we should probably choose something a little bit more practical for our deck. And I'm thinking actually with this main Something to keep in mind when you're running any deck is to figure out how many answers you're going to have to stuff. So if you look at this right now, we got Dream Seas to look at their hand and so forth. But we don't have a lot of power. So a lot of this is going to be moving in and out. And it's going to be a lot of diligent and triggering things like frighten and stuff. You're going to be moving a lot. The idea is to aggro as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I actually just realized that I'm missing very key cards. First things first, we need 2 pirate ships to make the deck actually function. And now that I think about it, that puts us at 45. So that's an issue because we don't want to be at 45. So with this in mind, I'm thinking that if we take out the, well, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped on what to take out. I mean, we could remove Desert Road, but then we're having issues. So I think, how about we drop 1 Applejack Pony Pirate? I feel like, well, yeah, I'll take one of those out. That's fine. And we can go ahead and throw in another pirate ship. Okay, we're still running into the issue of not having color rec. Well, we technically have it via Snow Dash and Loyal Pony. I don't see any reason to run Motivational Speech, but I think Too Cool is going to get in the way. Let's go ahead and remove Too Cool and run Speech in its place, provided I can actually find it. Because that card I was on the fritz about anyways. I think that Motivational Speech is going to be way too important for the deck. So there you go. There's the 45 cards. Now let's go ahead and work on this problem deck. So I think that the best starting problem, unless you're up against Skystar, is going to be Searching High and Low. So we want to run that at 1. Next, I'm going to throw in Pearl Heist. This will give us the ability to start with that, and it has a 2 bonus. So if we're up against something like Skystar, we could potentially start with that. Or actually even better, we could just throw in Trading Traditions instead of Pearl Heist to give us an option to start either with Trading Traditions or Rescue or Searching High and Low. Next, I'm going to start with keep it on problems. Let's go ahead and go to Orange. So Orange is our main, so we definitely want most of our problems to be that. We're going to run 2 Family Feuds. And I think Hay Bale Monster Stack at 2. Applejack's Worst Nightmare at 2. And this gives us 2 more that we could potentially run. So how do we do this? Well, I'm actually going to go into blue. And I'm actually going to run 2 Griffin Stones. So that way we get a free movement of a character when it enters play. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty good, solid deck. You can give it a try if you want. I think it's very aggro-ish and it's very fast. So, plus it's got plenty of power. So it's going to do well in the aggro front as far as power and movement. Like I said, if you have the Night Glider overpowerings, run those instead of Swooper Duper. I'm just running Swooper Duper because not everyone has Night Glider overpowerings. I try to keep these as close to every player as I possibly can. Now, okay, so let's go ahead and take actually a look at this deck right here. Paste and go. Okay, here we go. This is the full deck. So, yeah. I think this would be a fun deck. I have all the stuff to build this. It would definitely be fun. It would be pretty enjoyable. I would probably replace these right here with Night Glider overpowering. So, and then I would have point acceleration on top of it all. But I think overall, this deck will run smoothly. So, okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And let's go ahead and paste that into the chat here. So there we go. It's in the chat. Okay. So now you guys have that deck list. You guys can go ahead and build this deck. That's up to you. So anyways, there's our first deck for the night. If anyone would have a suggestion on a main, now's the time to put your input into the chat. Let me know what main you guys want to use. If no one comments, then I'm just going to go ahead and skip over to the next deck. And let's see. Let's navigate Ponyhead here for a sec. So I'll give chat a moment to splurt out what main they want me to use. If not, we'll go ahead and jump right into deck building. I'm not seeing anything in chat, so we'll just go ahead and choose a main. Alright, so let's see. Let's build something random. Let me think. Okay. So last time we did 2 white mains. Today we did an orange, and we did, what was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember from the last time I did deck building what main I used. I think I used Chrysalis, a Harmony deck. Okay, so this time we're going to choose a yellow main. I think would be fair because we want to give all the colors love, not just specific colors. So we did orange. We've done orange. We've done white. So we still have yellow, purple, pink, and blue to build with. So tell you what, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mains to choose from in yellow. So here's what I'm going to do. Provided I can find my dice. Let's go ahead and roll a die because I'm trying to make up my mind. So the way this is going to work, this Fluttershy will be 1, this Discord will be 2, this Fluttershy will be 3, Thorax will be 4, and Nova will be 5. So let's see. What does Destiny want me to try to build with? We got 5. See, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to build with Queen Novo. Unless anyone put it out in chat. Alright, we'll go ahead and build with Novo. Alright, Novo it is. Okay, so what is Novo's ability? That is an excellent question. And actually, we don't need to check this in here because we actually see it right here. So what we do is we pay 2 to move any number of your characters at home and turn this card over. That is some serious movement because it also moves Queen Novo. So once again, as always, we're going to start with the essentials. And actually, this time I'm going to start with a good old troublemaker we might have remembered. Tempest Shadow. You might remember this from the Capper deck. And we're actually going to run her at 3. This is so we can get multiple triggers off of Queen Novo. And actually, I'm going to do something unique. And we're going to maximize that by running Discord Captain Was. Now, you're probably like, but Drada, are you trying to build this yellow-white? And I'm going to say, no, I'm not building this yellow-white at all. And you're probably going to say, but Drada, why'd you put Discord Captain Was? Well, that allows us to cycle through our easiest pies again. This provides us with extra movement for 2AT. So anyways, to start off, we're going to go into multicolor. And actually, Sequestria released a lot of good stuff for any format. So what we're looking for is this Sea Pony Duo. Flipper Floppers. Flip an additional card during face-offs involving this card. Opponents flip one fewer cards during face-offs involving that card. That is phenomenal. Basically, what it does is that it keeps... it makes it so you're pretty much guaranteed to win a face-off. So we're going to go ahead and run 3 of those. And then we got here Applejack and Fluttershy. When a problem is solved, if one or more of your friends with 2 or less printed power would be sent home, they aren't sent home instead. 1 drop for 1 power, 1 orange, 1 yellow wreck. Sign me up. Alright, with that out of the way, that's pretty much the orange-yellow I think that we need to run. Unless I'm missing something, and I don't think I am. We will see. Alright, after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look through here, because I was pretty sure that there were some other yellow-orange core cards that have come out. Well, here's one. Let's see. Golden Harvest. When this card enters play, that's alright. Calming 1 when this, no. Not worth it. Okay, let's go ahead and drop into yellow. Alright, let's drop into yellow. So in yellow, there was a really good card that was released. And we should all know the name of it because you're going to see it a lot in today's world. And that was... Why is it not showing up? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Day Shift. Which, when a problem enters play, you may move one of your characters at home to that problem. By the way, that includes dilemmas. And if you have 2 in play, that means you get 4 friends to problems after replacement. So with that out of the way... Let's go ahead and run 3 Kind Ponies. And I'm actually going to put in Raptor Razor to generate tokens. And I'm going to run 3 Brians, because Brian is actually mandatory in most yellow decks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 3 Rise and Shines, and 3 Friends Are Always There. And why not we don't need Spooky Ruins. Okay, so with that out of the way, what we can do is go ahead and drop. Actually, let me read Applejack and Fluttershy Treading Water again. I'm pretty sure I read that right. Friends with 2 or less printed power. Oh boy. Yes, we are running that. Okay, so what I'm looking at is running the card Conductor's Baton, which is play to your home. Your friends with cost 2 or less power have +1 power. So this applies to your tokens as well. So let's go ahead and run that at 2. So basically what this means is that you can give all your characters +1 additional power and completely avoid all the issues that come with it. Because they'll still stay at problems. And then I'm just going to throw in 2 Repulsor Blasts to try to take care of troublemaker problems. And then we could run Special Connection. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll run that. We're already staying at problems enough. So we still have about 11 slots left. So let's drop into orange and see what we can come up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 2 Rescue Party. You guys might notice that I really like Rescue Party. The extra flip in the 6 power for 4 is just way too good. And then I think we'll run 3 Applejacks, Honest Ponies, which will give us exhaust if we have orange. And then I think that what we could do is... I don't know what else that we could run. We could run Boil. We could run Priority Mail. That would be interesting to see. But let's go ahead and run 2 Dream Seized. And then I guess what we'll do is... let's go ahead and go back over to None. And let's go ahead and run... 2 motivational speeches. That gives us 2 slots left. I don't know. That's a good question. What to run, what to run, what to run. Right now, we're doing pretty good on a lot of this. So why don't we go ahead and use 2 Changeling Citizens. Alright, I think that that's pretty good. So you might be wondering, you're probably like, but Drada, why are you running Changeling Citizens? Well, the reason why I'm running Changeling Citizens is because, A, it stays at the problem, because it's always less than 2 printed power, and it gets +1 power for each character. With the amount of tokens we're spamming, we're getting a lot out there. So basically, Queen Novo in this deck is like, she'll move everything, but we're generating so many tokens and things are staying at problems that really Novo is almost non-important. The only thing that you're going to get moving via Novo continuously is anything with printed power higher than 2. And the only cards that do that are going to be your rescue parties. Which is actually intriguing. Why would you build a Novo deck where you're already keeping things at problems? Well, just because we're able to keep things at problems doesn't mean that we're going to not be able to use her. Now, as far as problems go, let's go ahead and look at this. We're going to go ahead and take Trading Traditions. The reason for this is Queen Novo is fine all on her own. So that's fine. Plus, we need a 6 card for color entry, because right now we only have 5. We got 2 speeches and 3 Applejack Honest Ponies. So that means that we need another source of color rec. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and run. So with this deck, what we want to do is probably run mostly 2 problems that are easy to confront. So I'm going to run 2 Pearl Heists. And then we're going to drop over into yellow. And let's go ahead and run. Let's go ahead and use Anxious Animals, because that's a really good problem. Let's jump over to orange real quick. I want to look for that orange-yellow dual problem. If one of your friends would be retired for being in excess of your home limit, you may move it here instead. So that would be good if we weren't already keeping things at the problem. Let's go ahead and run 2 Family Feud. And then let's drop back down to yellow. So we still need 3 more problems. Cool. So I would say let's go ahead and run 2 Mob Mentality. And then 1 Swaying the Sea Pony. And I think that's a good problem deck. I think that's a fair problem deck. I think that'll be sufficient in what we want to do. Other than that, I think that overall this is a really solid deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at this monstrosity of a deck. Hold on. Give me one moment here, folks. All right. Come on. Okay, here we go. My Novo Problem Hugger deck, which is actually a really cheap deck considering that there's only 1 SR. The rest are rares, commons, and uncommons. That's a really cheap deck. It would not cost you much to build this. It wouldn't cost you all that much to build. This is actually a really easy deck to put together. And I would say this is a very competitive deck. It'd be interesting to see how it fully plays, but I am positive it'll play really, really well. There's obviously things you can trade out, but I think that this is sufficient enough. So I think this would be good. I think this is a good deck. So I'll go ahead and post this also into the chat if you guys want to take a look at it. So here's deck number 2. There you go. That's the second deck. So we got about 20 minutes left. So let's go ahead and go back to the deck builder. And let's see if we can't get one more deck in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a... Let me think. I guess we could do... Let's see. We did orange tonight. Let's do pink. And let's make a meme deck. Or maybe not a meme deck. I don't know. I don't feel like building memes right now. I don't know if I want to build control. Let's just keep the theme going. I mean, with aggro. Let's just build another aggro deck. So I'm thinking, how about a funny one? Like blue-purple aggro. Who does that? I mean, seriously. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to run Luna over Scootaloo for this. Because that would be interesting, right? Actually, even better. Could run Tempest. Or we could run Captain Solano. Nah, let's just run Scootaloo. Okay, so we're going to build a blue-purple aggro deck. So let's go into blue real quick. So we have Scootaloo. So let's drop in our 3 loyal ponies. I think we'll run triple Rainbow Dash. And I think that on top of that, I think we should run 2 torches. Let's go with 2 Thunder Lanes. Drop in 3 Snow Dashes. Alright, I think that's fine. I think that'll be good. Let's go ahead and go to multicolor. So we're looking for blue-purple. So blue-purple is not really a color combination that gets used a lot. So I think that it'll be interesting to build with. Let's see, blue-purple. So what we could do is when you win a Troublemaker face-off, you may frighten a friend. That's useless. Meticulous 1. You could put a Troublemaker into play face-up. That's alright. Not what I was hoping for. Let's go ahead and use this. Twilight Sparkle and Spike, Ultimate Organizers. That is a really dumb art, but it is probably the best, single-handedly best blue-purple card right now in the game. So you pay 2 and exhaust this card to move one of your characters and one of your opponent's characters. And that's really good. And let's go ahead and drop in the purple. And let's look at our friend options. So here's what I'm going to do. So right off the bat, we're going to run triple cover to covers. Because more AT is always better. And actually, what we're going to do is, because this is an aggro deck, we'll run 3 Princess Luna Web of Dreams. This will allow us to generate Meticulous as well as additional 2 power friends every time we play an event. Which is really good, actually. And then we'll also run 3 magical ponies for color entry. And then we'll run Spike, Festival Assistant. And then I guess we'll run triple nap cakes. We can run 3 scope things out. 3 special beam cannons for resource removal. And we'll run triple frozen Imagicite. And let's go with 2 betrayed. With that, that'll give us a lot of options in terms of control on top of aggroing. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's go back real quick and we'll go to none here. And we're going to run 3 motivational speeches. So, the way this deck works is basically you're aggroing your way to victory. It's an aggro deck. And let's go ahead and look at problems real quick. Problems. Let's go ahead and go to none. Let's click problems. We're going to go ahead and run trading traditions. Okay, so I don't know. This is a toughie because we don't have a lot of power. I guess we could run 1 TT. I think 2 Pearl Heist would be fine. Let's drop into purple real quick. I guess we'll run 2 Trouble with Trixie. So you might be asking, Pedrata, what about Entrance Exam? And honestly, with this deck, I don't think Entrance Exam is going to be as good as Trouble with Trixie. Then we want to run, I guess we'll run Blue Problems from here on out. Let's go ahead and run Winter is Coming at 1. We'll run two Griffin Stones. And then I guess we could run a Daring Escape. 2 Daring Escapes. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. I think that'll be good. Yeah, I think this will be a fine deck. It's got it's got control, it's got aggroing a little bit with the torches and the Unsung Hero. And then it's got, of course, a lot of Frighten. So what this deck likes to do is it likes to aggro, but while it's aggroing, it likes to control the board. So let's go ahead and click here. We'll go ahead and copy that. And we'll paste and go. Alright, so here's the deck. This is pretty similar, actually, to a deck I used to run. But actually, I like this build better than my initial deck, my initial blue-purple deck. So remember that on my stream about primary colors, I said that I had started with purple. Well, I had started this game with a blue-purple control aggro-ish AT Gen deck. And it ran really well. And this is kind of probably the final version of it. There's a couple things I might change in the future. And I'd actually like to put this deck back together because it's a fun deck. You get plenty of draw power. And then, so basically the concept is that your events cost you almost nothing. And then for an additional AT with Luna, you get a 2 power friend while doing other things. Also, the nice thing about Nap Cakes is you could target actually your magical ponies if you need to. Put them on top, draw into it, play it again. Or if you need to put Loyal Pony back into your hand, you can Nap Cakes it, draw it for the 1 AT, and then play it and move a character. So that's really nice. It gives you the option to do a bunch of different stuff. And all at the same time you're doing that, you get to play an event. Because you played an event, you can pay 1 to put a Figment token into play. So that's why I really like Web of Dreams. She's very good. She's 2 power, 2 color rec, 2 cost. And she is phenomenal. So I love this card. I love this Luna because she is so good. And of course, cover to cover for AT Gen. Not that you're ever really going to run out of AT with this deck. And you can force your opponent to waste their resources on Torch. And then you drop a Thunder Lane and you're like, what up? And then your opponent's going to be like, oh, darn, I wasted all my resources on Torch and Rainbow Dash. And now I got a Thunder Lane to deal with. Great. That's just phenomenal. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this deck. And I'll go ahead and post this into the Twitch chat as well. Give me a moment here to get this deck out. Alright, so we got about 10 minutes left in the stream, so we're probably actually going to be ending up pretty early to this time. I'm sorry for the short stream and easy deck buildings, and we totally just built nothing but aggro. So I guess that's fine. So yeah, looking forward to TrackCon next week. Maybe these decks give you some ideas for if you're going to be at BrodyCon or TrackCon or even Gen Con. This will hopefully give you some ideas on decks you could potentially run, or you could modify these decks. So yeah, I think that, you know, doing a nice easy stream like this before 3 back-to-back conventions is a good idea. So yeah, look for me at TrotCon, look for me at BronyCon, look for me at Gen Con. Note, I will most likely be in the gaming room at TrotCon. You'll see me. Trust me, I am loud at conventions. You will know it when you will know who I am when you see me at the conventions. I will let you know. Everyone will know who I am. I am an extreme extrovert, so I'm very noisy. I'm very outgoing, and I'm a very exciting person. Plus, if you come up to me and you could be like, "Hey, Drada, how you doing?" And I'll be like, "Here, have a free promo." That's just me. You'll know me when you see me, because I am a very difficult person to miss. I mean that literally. So yeah, look for me at those conventions. I cannot stress it enough. Look for me. I'm excited to meet all of you in person and stuff. But once again, this is Drada Arcana Gaming. Also, after the conventions, get excited, because I'm returning to the video game world, the world that I know the most. And me returning to the video game genre for streams or videos and stuff is an exciting time. I'm excited. It's going to be coming to fruition here. Also in September, I will be starting my giveaways. We will be starting with some promos. Actually, I think it's actually going to be, well, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but if you do not participate in this stream, you will not be eligible. You must participate every stream and message. So if you want free stuff, talk, communicate with the streams and stuff. Once again, I will be gone for 3 weeks because the conventions, in place of these streams, will be video logs. Look for them. They're going to be awesome. They won't get put out until the Wednesday, usually after the conventions, because it'll take me some time to edit them, but I will be editing them. So I look forward to seeing you guys at the conventions, and thank you once again for hanging out with Drada Arcana Gaming. Once again, this is Drada Arcana. And before anyone says, "But Drada, you said we had 10 minutes on the stream left," and I'm going to say, no more but Dradas. So, yeah, so no but Dradas. You can say but Drada all you want. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, no but Dradas. But anyways, I'm going to beat that meme to death. I really am. And whatever, I'm going to cuddle with my Princess Twilight Sparkle, and we're going to call that a night. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. My throat's kind of sore. I've been pretty exhausted lately with work and stuff. So anyways, guys, once again, this is Drada Arcana at Drada Arcana Gaming, and you guys have a great night. Give love to your Princess Lunas so you sleep well at night. I know that my Princess Luna allows me to sleep well as long as I give her a hug before sleep. I know it sounds weird that I would do that. But yeah, so I look forward to seeing you guys at the conventions, and look for me, and we'll all have a good time. So long, have a good night. Give Luna love, give Twilight love.